Adoption Awareness Month, and according to AdoptiveFamilies.com, 10% of adoptions fail before they can be finalized. That, of course, can be devastating for those who are looking to become parents. But I have Nikol Rogers joining me now, author of the new book, 13, One Woman's Sacred Journey to Discovering Her Greatest Power, talking about how even the largest setbacks shouldn't keep you down. Thank you so much for joining me, Nikol.
Thank you so much for having me, David. It is such an honor to be here.
Thank you. And well, one of the main themes in this book is talking about tests of faith. You know, this is Adoption Awareness Month. So how did faith tie into being an adoptive parent, and what are some of the risks that you encountered?
Oh, great question. So I will share with your audience that my journey to parenthood has been an 11-year journey. It began with my first marriage, thinking that that was where I was going to create my family. And after a year and a half of trying, I went through a devastating divorce. So then it was healing from that and being very clear to find a life partner that had this same value, that truly wanted to create a family as much as I did. So that took some time because I was dating for the first time in my life at 38, and wow, is it awkward. Um, but then when I did find my life partner, then I was in my early 40s. And so there was an urgency, you can imagine. And we tried naturally, and then we tried IVF, and IVF failed. And then I actually got pregnant naturally and thought, oh my goodness, this is it. And then had a miscarriage. And so after that, it was very clear that we were going to move forward with adoption. Adoption is something that I have always been open to. Even in my 20s and 30s, I always said that. So I know the universe was listening. And so we dived into the world of adoption, and it was quite a education.
That's so, I mean, just thinking about that, that's got to be, you're getting to a point where you're like, okay, we're investing a little bit of money, we're investing obviously a lot of time, a lot of emotions. That's adding to the trials. As you mentioned, it's, you know, rightfully so, people who are going through that process, you know, you're wanting to do that because you're wanting to build your family. So you had these trials, built a whole new life. How did you do it? I mean, you're going through these moments that are tough.
Yeah. And I mean, what it was for me was when the disruption happened, I realized that I had been trying to control the timeline of my desires. And I knew that I needed to surrender. I really needed to surrender to more of a divine timing, realizing that it did, and trusting that our child is our child. And so when I came into a point of surrender, there was a beautiful release, I think, for just faith, like allowing faith. And we got the call in January of this year and became parents. And I will tell you that when we held our daughter, I knew why the disruption happened, because that wasn't our son. Right? His journey was to be with his birth mother, but this was our daughter. And so it really comes back to that test of faith and placing your attention there. And as far as me being able to create a whole new life, it really was learning to trust what I call the voice of 13, which is that quiet voice within, which is the voice of wisdom. So for me, you know, my book is about the year that my life went up in flames, burning to ash, all of who I thought I was. And in 1 year's time, I went through a devastating divorce. I was in 2 car accidents. I lost a dear friend to a heart attack, and I was robbed.
Yeah, that number 13, though, I mean, if you think about it, like Friday the 13th, or, you know, 13 is usually not a lucky number when people think about it. So, you know, talk more about that number and why it really did work for you.
So did you know that the number 13, actually, its roots are ones of great power and sacredness and feminine energy?
Oh.
The number 13 has actually been hijacked. That's the best way to say it. It's been hijacked, right, into exactly all the things that you talk about. Unlucky, we're not going to have a 13th floor. But this was not its original intention. So this is why I talk about a 13, like a voice of 13 as being this powerful guide within you, because it's bringing you back to your original state, to your original power. And when you tap into that, then you have the ability and the confidence to create what you truly want.
Yeah, and anybody can really have that powerful presence that you're talking about, whether you're working in the grocery store or working in fast food. I mean, we all need that. We want people to, of course, hear us when we're talking and things like that. So you talk about this greatest power. So if we strip everything down within this book, what are you hoping people take away?
Oh, I hope that people will reframe their loss and their challenges in their life. And what I mean by that is that they will now have a definition for it. Oh, I'm going through a 13. They can recognize, "Oh, I'm going through the storm." But because they recognize and they have this definition, then they know, wait a minute, this is very difficult. But if I have the tools to be able to walk through this, on the other side will be the life and the person that I desire to be. Actually, I will return to myself. I will reclaim myself. So it is my hope with this book is that people walk away recognizing, one, they are powerful, and two, that the next challenge that comes, they can overcome it. And here is an example.
And you can find my full unedited conversation with Nikol streaming right now on WQAD Plus, wherever you stream your news.